again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Saturn conjunct Pluto in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in a natal chart. They're a little bit concise. Some people may refer to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on it, which videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, if you have Saturn conjunct Pluto in a natal chart, there may be tremendous powers of concentration, which is Saturn, on what you have that strong passion and desire for, which is Pluto. Now, let's say if you have Pluto in Virgo in the 5th house as an example, those things you have a very intense, strong passion and desire for may be connected with analytical, intellectual amusement and enjoyment. It could be, analyzing sports data and extrapolating sports data. It could be something, that involves, organization that you truly enjoy, compartmentalizing, things that you truly love. And, it could be defragging computer as an example. But anyway, next thing about Saturn conjunct Pluto in a natal chart is that it could also be expressed in working laboriously, which is Saturn, in making a major change or transformation, which is Pluto. Now, let's say if you have Pluto in the 12th house as an example, it could be some, transformation on a spiritual level. Pluto in the 9th house and or Sagittarius as another example could be, a transformation connected with one's, philosophies, beliefs, their religion as another example. Also, too, Saturn conjunct Pluto in a natal chart may also manifest in sacrificing, which is Neptune, a lot and much for intimate relationships and those you may be in a shared resources scenario with, which is Pluto. Now, if let's say, if Neptune, is in the 4th house as an example, those things that you always strongly sacrifice may be tied in, with your matters with your home, helping others out. Maybe you provide, some kind of living situation to people. Neptune in the 2nd can be very, may sacrifice a lot of their resources, their money, their possessions, is another example. And also, too, another way Saturn conjunct Pluto may pan out in a natal chart is that the career, which is Saturn, and what you may be fixated and obsessed with, which is Pluto, may be strongly integrated. Now, the thing is, let's say, if you have, Saturn, in Gemini as an example, that career, may be tied in with something connected with communications, such as data or satellite communications, and maybe, something with reporting, journalism, writing, or a field connected with manual dexterity, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics, as some examples. And another thing about Saturn conjunct Pluto in a natal chart is that there may be chronic issues, which is Saturn, associated with the colon, the prostate, bladder, urinary tract, or reproductive system, which is Pluto. If the conjunction, say, is an Aquarius as an example, those issues may be more sporadic, erratic, intermittent. There may be a lot of fluctuation with them. Maybe there's something more nerve-related, if that's possible. It's a conjunction is in Sagittarius as another example. Sagittarius is expansive energy. It could be something on a bigger level. Scorpio conjunction Scorpio may be more deep-rooted. There may be a lot of MRIs and X-rays connected with this. Another thing too, Saturn conjunct Pluto in a natal chart may also manifest in a surgery, which is Pluto. associated with the knees, the bones, the joints, gallbladder, which is Saturn. Now, let's say, if the conjunction is in Capricorn, you may have, those issues may be more enduring, they may transpire more in older age, more consistent. Again, going to Sagittarius as an example, Sagittarius again is about enlargement, expansion, it's expansive energy, so those issues can be on a bigger scale. Say if the conjunction falls in Sagittarius. Now, another thing about this aspect in a natal chart is that you may be really extremely passionate, which is Pluto, about matters pertaining, to your responsibilities and attaining success, which is Saturn. And the thing is, Saturn, say is in Scorpio as an example. Those responsibilities, may be tied in. It could be crisis situations, matters of support, whether it's moral, emotional, monetary support. It may involve loans. It could involve, something with wills, estates. As some examples, maybe dealing with the death, having to make the arrangements connected with, such as funeral arrangements. And another thing, Saturn conjunct Pluto in a natal chart may also be expressed in, the work and career, which is Saturn may be connected with surgery, recycling, investigation, insurance, or the occult, which includes astrology, which is Pluto. Now, let's say, if you have this conjunction in Scorpio, if you're doing something with astrology, maybe where you're more into the psychological aspect of it, or you may want to study it more on a deeper level. As an example, if the conjunction is in Aquarius, it may be on an advanced, more advanced level. Conjunction in Capricorn can be more, consistent energy, a lot of, planned energy, with the fields I just stated, which could be very, possible with this conjunction. Now, another thing about this aspect in the natal chart, it could also indicate, that the father, which is Saturn, and even older people and authority figures, because that's connected with Saturn as well, they may be people that are resourceful, resilient, empowering, but could also be jealous, manipulative, and vengeful, which is Pluto. Now, let's say, for example, if Saturn, say, is in Virgo in the natal chart, the father may be a father, older people, authority figures, one or more of those persons may actually be a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be those that are very, meticulous, punctilious with details, analytical, scrupulous, punctual, reliable, industrious, but at the same time can be pedantic, critical, judgmental, cynical, and negative as well. Now, another thing about these aspects in the natal chart is that you may be very secretive, which is Pluto, regarding your career-related matters, which is Saturn. Let's say Saturn is in the zodiac sign. Let's say it's in Libra. Career-related matters, maybe tied in doing something with the legal field, such as working as a paralegal, a judge, a bailiff, attorney, something associated with art, which can include drawing, painting, or sculpting. Another thing, too, about this aspect is that you may be very obsessed and fixated in attaining greater social status and stature in life, which is Saturn. Now, if, let's say, if Saturn, as an example, say is in Scorpio, this could even add more passion and emotional intensity to this. And it may be doing something, Scorpio related, whether it's working forensics, investigation, it will be occult, which includes astrology, locksmithing, billing, coding, working as a loan officer, or in a tax examination, as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, and remember to say and stay